Hello, welcome back to Cars of Glasgow. I'm Thomas, and today you join me with the new MG ZS Hybrid. This is a 1.5 litre four-cylinder petrol hybrid compact SUV that's priced below its competitors, things like the Ford Puma, Hyundai Kona, but it's sized like something like a Nissan Qashqai, which completely obliterates the price point. This starts at £22,000, whereas something like a Qashqai starts at £29,000. Now, in this video, I'm going to see if it's one of the best value cars here in the UK, being hybrid, being powerful, giving you the tech that you may appreciate, so stay tuned for this video. Up front, we've got a full LED headlight, which is, quite unusual for this price point of vehicle. So it's worth definitely noting that MG are giving you that. And you're going to notice this is a newer model because of the grille up front. We've got that quite a large maw and face to the car, and that MG logo is quite proud at the front. This is a trophy model, so we've got the 360 camera up front. And yeah, there's not too much else to say up here. It's quite a nice, simple, handsome looking design. It's inoffensive is probably the best word to describe it. So under the bonnet, we have a 1.5 litre four-cylinder petrol with a 1.8 kilowatt hour battery, producing about 190 odd horsepower total. Now, it produces over 460 newton meters of torque, and that gets the car to 60 just over 8 seconds claimed. As it seems with the MG3, the MG3 managed to get about 6.7 by some other car journalists, so we'll see what the MG ZS has. Just over 8 seconds may be underrated. Who knows? But you're going to get around 50-55 miles per gallon in this car and just over 100 miles top speed with this vehicle. Again, you're realistically not going to be buying this car to be doing autobahn stretches. It's going to be more than adequate around town and doing the school run, living your day-to-day life. Being a trophy model, we do get the larger alloy wheels. These are 18-inch two-tone. You can get 17 if you go for the SE trim. And then you've got the cladding around the side of the arch just to give it that SUV style of look. 360 camera again on each of the mirrors. And then we've got silver roof rails up top, along with this kind of full silver trim on the bottom of the door down here. And what I like about it is it covers most of the sill, not the full amount of the sill, so you're relatively not going to get hopefully too much of a dirty leg out here in the winter in the UK. So around the rear of the MG ZS, it's quite a handsome design. It's not offensive. I do like the extent of the design for the twin exhaust pipes, although they're fake into the bumper. Other manufacturers like Audi have been doing that for a while now, so why not MG? I think it looks all right. I said I do like the vertical fog light down there. This one denotes it's the hybrid with the Hybrid Plus badge on the ZS there. Big MG logo, reversing camera in there, and a little button in here to reveal 440 litres of boot space, which is more than the Toyota Yaris, the Yaris Cross, which has just under 400 litres of boot space. So we do have the ability to raise and lower the boot floor. When it's low setting, we've got access to the little nets. We can pull this up like so. A little bit harder to do with one hand on camera, but we can do that like so, and then there we go. You've got a relatively flat floor, 60-40 seats split, which is nice, and we've got little tie-down hooks here as well, so it's quite a practical boot back here. And when you fold the seat, you can maybe have the passenger in the rear up, and then you can have a bit longer to fold that down, or fold them all down, and get quite a capacious squared off area. Quite a practical SUV. So we'll go ahead and fold the seat up. What I like is the seat belt's not really intruding into the side of the seat. That is good consumer advice, because not too many cars have got something that prevents the seat belt getting caught when you put the seat up. We do have the child seat anchors there, which are quite visible without having to reveal a bit of Velcro material. Now, sitting behind myself, knee room and leg room is not too bad because the seat's quite high up. I can put my foot underneath the driver quite comfortably. I'm 5'11", I've got a couple of inches of knee room. Because of the boxy design shape, headroom is actually really good. In this trophy model, we do have little map pockets behind each of the seats here to give you doing a little bit extra storage. They are lined with kind of like this foamy material, so nothing's going to really scratch up back there. We do have a USB-A charger back here with 2 vents. The middle seat, a little bit like what we've seen in the MG3, is we've not got a massive transmission hump, and again, carrying 3 abreast, maybe teenagers, young children would be fine. Probably wouldn't have 3 adults back here just for the width of the car, but 2 adults is going to be fine. And There's no lighting back here and there's no armrest, unfortunately, but overall it's not too bad. Door card is what you'd expect from a car of this segment. It does have kind of the aesthetic design of stitching, but yeah, it's got a little bit of soft vinyl where your elbow's going to rest and a kind of a groovy pattern that is kind of a gradient charcoal grey colour. It looks a little bit more upmarket in front of that, and they've got a door bin there big enough for a like 500ml bottle of water. Now let's check out up front. Start the car up, you push this big start stop button in the middle. Car does a little dance. Now there are two screens in this car. We do have a 7-inch driver instrument display up front that is fully digital and customizable, and then you're able to go through, if I touch this button here, you can cycle through various things using this little toggle on the right hand side. Like so, we won't go through every setting, but it's quite nice that you've got the option to do various things. You can see your energy flow, power. There we go. Your drive, accumulated mileage, 26 miles to a gallon, but we've only done 70 miles in the car, so it's not broken in yet. And then you can tap that button on the steering wheel to change again, and that becomes your volume control, which is quite impressive. But in the centre here is what I want to talk about, because we have a 12-inch touchscreen, 12.3 to be exact. And you know what? It's quite fast and responsive. You're able to put your Bluetooth music, Apple CarPlay, etc., jump into your settings, then you can do various things, change your lights, etc., whatever you want to turn off, auto hold, hill descent control, etc., regen braking. You know, you can do quite a few things, which is what you're able to do. And then there's your star buttons there for the steering wheel, so you can program your favourites, what you want to do with this screen here. So yeah, quite a few things you can do in this vehicle, which I quite like doing. So quite customizable. And there you go, you can do things like your 360 camera, which is part of that trophy spec, so you're able to go and see what's going on around you. As you can see, I've came to a car park today that is full of learners. Now, it is worth noting this system does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Like the other MG products, it is a wired system, so you can plug it in there to USB-A charger. Speaking of chargers, we've also got 12-volt power outlet, as well as this one down here on the right. And then we've got physical buttons, which is nice to see. So if you do have shortcut keys, like for your home screen, you can touch. If you turn the radio up and down, like so. If you don't want to use your steering wheel control, you've got that button. Rear defrost, etc. Obviously your hazards. That's what they sound like. But yeah, so it's nice to have the infotainment touchscreen with some buttons down here below. These buttons are very similar, if not the same, that we've seen in the MG3. Same as the ones on the stocks. You know, you've got your wipers on your stocks as well as your lights and your indicators, so everything's quite easy to locate, and ergonomically you're not learning anything new, you're just getting in the car and going. And again, we've got that hexagonal design steering wheel that we've seen in other MGs. It's not a perfect circle, it takes a wee moment to get used to, but yeah, it's quite a nice design with this kind of upmarket look, leatherette material on the sides there, which gives it a bit more of a premium vibe than what the car is priced at. Obviously, we've got electric mirrors on the trophy model as well. You can fold them in or leave them in auto and adjust them, as well as your lights to dim, door lock, window switches, child lock, and a big door handle and door release. All right, so we're driving the MG ZS. I feel like I'm doing an aircraft, pushing that forward, quite a large lever. Now the cameras are quite clear. The steering is a little bit heavier than what we've seen in the MG3, but let's get it out in the roads and see what it's like. So, as aforementioned, we've got a 1.5 litre petrol engine up front with the 1.8 kilowatt hour battery. Now the car's going to jump between hybrid electric mode and full EV mode as and when it decides, and depends how much battery charge is left in the battery itself. I am not in control of that whatsoever, and it is not a plug-in hybrid either. So you're literally just putting petrol in and going. Now, visibility up front is not too bad. You do sit a little bit higher than other crossovers. A Puma's just went past. I feel like I'm sitting a little bit higher than that. But we're going to do a national speed limit here. I want to put it into sports mode just to kind of see what this car's got. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's it's not as fast as the MG3 Plus, or the Hybrid Plus. It does get up and go, but yeah, it does feel about 7 to 8 seconds to 60. I know it's claimed just over 8. It does feel that that's accurate in this instance. And yeah, I'm doing typical British B-road. Somebody in a wee yellow Igo up front is doing 30 in a 60. So there we go. But yes, while we're cruising along, I'm going to pop it back into normal mode. So yeah, we're in the town of Bonnybridge at the moment. You know, it's doing okay with the kind of city town-esque driving. You know, the regen braking isn't too bad either. You take the foot off the accelerator and it slows you down without having to push on the brake too much, which I've only really ever experienced that kind of regen on a plug-in hybrid or a full electric vehicle. So yeah, to get that on this hybrid is a wee surprise. I guess you just get used to it and you can change the intensity of it, but I quite like it because you get used to slowing down with the regen braking on, and the heated steering wheel is welcome today because it's not too cold. It's 4 degrees, but it's definitely got a nice little warmth to the steering wheel rim. The handling's not too bad. It handles that not too badly. It did get a little bit uncomfortable there being at the angle. These roads are not perfect nor flat. So to answer the question we asked at the beginning of the video in terms of is this the best cheap car in the UK? Well, it definitely does a lot of things right. You know, it's giving you space, practicality, technology, which a lot of people value. And for a day-to-day commuter, it's got a 7-year warranty as well in the UK. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching this video on the MG ZS. It is quite a fun, competent SUV that offers value and good technology. Now, if you are interested in buying an MG ZS, why not check out MG Frasers of Falkirk, who loaned me this vehicle. If you did like this car, if you've got any thoughts or comments, leave that all below and I'll get back to you. I want to say a special thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the Cars of Glasgow YouTube channel, and I'll see you next video. Ciao.